Okay, I'm ready. Are you recording? Have you been? Okay. Okay. What's up, guys? This is the Kyber Cantina. My name is Max. We're at Sable Grove Media, where we record all our podcasts, and we do all kinds of media, so if you need anything, hit us up. We will help you out. As always, I'm here with Baby Jamie, who doesn't talk, so I'm not going to introduce him. And I'm here with Devin.
Yo!
What's up, Devin?
What's up, man?
We are going to talk about some very fun things today. Before I begin, check out episode 2 and 3 of Kyber Cantina, because we go through the House of M. And the reason we go through that is because today we're talking about a spoiler alert, a Wandavision, 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 WandaVision.
Nailed it.
So if you haven't seen WandaVision episode 1 and 2, pause this and go back. Watch it. It's on Disney Plus. It's like $6.99 a year. We'll round that up to $7 divided by 12. I don't know, man. So tell me, what do you think about WandaVision, Devin?
I thought it was incredible.
Oh my God, the suspense is killing me.
It was incredible. I loved it so much, too.
I love this thing, man. They go back and do this like 60s I Love Lucy, Bewitched, like Dick Van Dyke thing. Dick Van Dyke comes in and he trips over the thing, or sometimes he walks around the thing, which is called
Ottoman.
an ottoman.
The ottoman.
Which is called an ottoman. And Vision instead, like you expect him to, because it's like even from the same perspective, everything, the door's in the back left corner. And instead of tripping over it, he changes his density and like walks through it. So like they're playing on this stuff super, super hard. And then the Bewitched stuff.
Yeah, it's like a straight, the intro is a straight rip off of Bewitched.
Yeah.
It's the same like little jingle, kinda. It's the same kind of jingle whenever she does little whoopity-woo magic things. It's like that little xylophone. It's like...
Right, the little nose.
The same.
And I never, I like have never met anyone who can do the nose thing. I've never tried it, but...
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's incredible. It's so good. They try to honor all of the sitcoms from back in that time. Yeah, and they like try to make the special effects of that time on this show. Like obviously they're a little bit fancier now, but like when she's doing like magical thingies, it's like actually a plate on a wire. Yeah. And she's like, when she does the little thing where she's like putting the rings on their hands, she like there's like a little skip. Yeah, because like when they did Bewitched and stuff like that, it would be like someone would act out a scene and then it's like, okay, magic things are about to happen. So we just freeze the scene and then we like move a couch or we do whatever and then we start filming again. And then so because of that, there would be like a slight little jump in that people have like barely moved a little bit. You know, y'all know what I'm talking about, right? So like I like that they purposely did that. They purposely made her hand go to the side a little bit when she did the magic thing. And like, yeah, they're trying to make it as accurate of a sitcom of this area as they possibly can, and I think that it's brilliant. The whole thing is very believable. But, but obviously something else going on.
They've done such a good job of that you have to be starkly reminded about like that this is a very dark thing that's going on, and they hit it right on the head. Pun wasn't intended. When the plate strikes Vision's head and she's like, the first line of the whole thing, she says, oh, my husband with the indestructible head. It's like, no, dude, his head wasn't indestructible.
It got ripped apart.
It got ripped out of his head. He's dead now. Yeah, this guy's like dead. Like he's totally dead. So they do a great job with that. Like at the dinner table, it would like, you know, Kitty Foreman's there, and that's always beautiful. Like every time she's dancing around. But yeah, the whole dinner scene with the plates flying around goes back into that what you were saying with like how they do their effects and stuff.
Yep. And I mean, and the acting is impeccable. The woman, the actress that plays like the nosy neighbor character, I always forget her name, but every time I see her, she's hilarious.
She's the Step Brothers lady.
Yeah, she's the chick in Step Brothers. Like, she is so goddamn funny, but like, I was so impressed by her that she is like, she seems like she's totally from this time. Like, she's playing the character perfectly. Like, she would actually be a character on a sitcom from this day. Like, The acting was just incredible. That was like one of my main takeaways was that like everything is so.
Yeah, like acting wise, Paul Bettany when he's doing the magic scene, because we have that vision from I think it's Age of Ultron, where he's explaining like our presence invites challenge and challenge breeds conflict and conflict catastrophe, that thing, right? Is that yeah. That's the same guy, and he gets all gummed up, right? Big red gum, and red is like a huge thing, right? But when he's coming out, for example, like he's in this movie called A Knight's Tale, and he plays Geoffrey Chaucer, who like gives these amazing speeches about the knight, right? And like when he comes out, he's got that kind of tone and like gets to flex Vision a little bit. Because when he flies, first off, he says flourish. He's like, flourish. But then he flies up there, bat, right? He flies up there and he's like, yes, I fucking fly. Like his face is absolutely lit.
Like, yeah, bitch, I can fly. Cool, right?
Yeah, and they do that same effect when The Wire comes. Like, it's just really good comedy. Just on its surface, it's really good comedy like, to watch through that whole thing.
The second episode in particular, you could just literally just watch it as, well, I mean, except for the beekeeper shit, but like, you could literally just watch it as a classic episode from back in the day and not know anything about them, and it totally works, just as a sitcom episode. And I mean, and I talked about the acting and everything. Obviously, Elizabeth Olsen's great, but I feel like Paul Bettany is like carrying this shit so well.
He really is
acting his ass off, and like I think that it was very interesting watching it the second time. The thought came to me that like he's not playing Vision,
right? He's playing Wanda's Vision, I guess.
Yeah, Wanda's approximation of what like a perfect husband Vision would be.
There has to be some of him in there because she spent time with him. There's time
of course she knows him and all that. Yeah, but he's not just regular ass Vision. He's like this like super cheesy sitcom-y Vision.
Yeah, she's like Vision.
Like she's kind of herself, I would say. I mean, yeah, she's cheesier and stuff, but like she's kind of herself. But seems different because he's dead. So,
I don't even know if she seems like herself. Like half the time we knew her, she had a Russian accent, and that went somewhere. I don't know. It
disappeared.
Where. Yeah, she got Americanized or whatever.
Snapped it away or something. I don't know.
Yeah, snapped away her accent.
I don't know what happened. I feel like she was like, I don't want to do this Russian accent anymore. And they're like, that's fine.
I feel like they went through the whole movie and nobody noticed. And then they were
nobody told
in post,
her.
They were like, did you realize that she did all this in English, like in America with an American accent?
She watched the movie and she was like, oh shit, I forgot.
No, but she's Sokovian. You're right. She is Sokovian.
I forgot Sokovian. Ah, damn it.
I can't even picture her accent now in my head, but it wasn't good.
It's like a generic Russian accent, but it felt very forced, yeah. I understand why she
they
wanted
were like,
to just
we're trying to do a TV show with you. What are you going to do? Learn a Russian accent and do it this whole time?
Yeah.
She was like, nah.
Yeah, she did the accent for one movie and then she moved on. She did it for Ultron, that was it.
Did her brother have an accent? Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
And he's in another movie. Who is that guy? That guy who plays Quicksilver.
Oh, he was Kick-Ass.
He's Kick-Ass.
He's Kick-Ass.
And there's also a guy from Thor who's something else. Zachary Levi. He's in Thor. He's Shazam. No. Is that his name? Shazam. Yeah, I always want to say Captain Marvel.
He's not Captain Marvel. I'ma sue your ass.
Oh my God, chill the fucking DC people, dude. Get the fuck out of here. DC Comics did come up with most superheroes first. After they come up with the hero, you'll usually see a foil amongst Marvel Comics. Sure, they do it a little better from time to time sometimes, but usually they originate in DC Comics.
I'm about to jump across the studio and beat your ass.
Well, I mean, try me. Give me a character.
Like that.
Give me a character.
What do you mean?
We were just talking about Quicksilver, The Flash.
Flash was first. You're right. I mean, okay.
Moon Knight, Batman.
I know he's a ripoff of Batman.
What's the guy with the O?
I cannot think of a Marvel character who's purposely got ripped off by DC.
Who's the O guy?
Okay, but that one's different. Wait, what?
Sentinel, the S guy, Superman.
Well, yeah, he was supposed to be. Okay, all right. I'll give it. You got me on the ropes. I can't think of anyone that DC ripped off. That was originally a Marvel character. I can't think of anyone, but I can think of a billion
Wilson
of them.
and Wade Wilson.
That one's a parody. That one was on purpose. You win.
So these practical effects you were talking about with the rings, would they like have one clip and they film them and move the ring? I was thinking about twins.
Yeah,
because she has twins, and we know that she has twins through comic book stuff.
Yeah, she had those fake twins in House of M when Charles Xavier is starting off screaming at her in the beginning.
Do you remember their names?
Well, they grow up to be superheroes. I don't remember their regular names. Real. Huh?
Right?
Well, yeah, but I in some sort of reality bendy thing, she has real twins that grow up to be superheroes, and it's Wiccan and Speed. Okay. Wiccan is witchy and Speed is Quicksilvery, and that
in fact,
those
like
are
her
kids.
bro. Like, one kid is like her.
Yeah.
So they're like Wanda and Pietro all over again.
I guess, yeah. So, yeah, she has twins because twins are dope.
Yeah. Yeah, but I was saying there's the twin stuff. There's like twin beds that she has, and when they put them together, like the props department did a really good job because you could like half-ass it, but they put in these little blocks of wood that made it look like one headboard, which was really cool. Mm-hmm. There's like 2 lobsters, obviously her twins, but like the pair, like there's a pair of toast. I know that, like. I know that.
A pair of toast.
Yeah. A toast pair.
Twin toast, if you will.
Twin toast. And like toasters have toast in pairs like that. Maybe I'm reaching there, but yeah.
You're kind of reaching on the toast,
children.
but I feel you. They like doing pairs of things, and yeah, she's gonna have twins.
For the children.
Are the twins gonna be real, and are they gonna grow up and all that stuff? Who knows?
There's a story for the man who has everything.
The Superman one.
Clark and Diana are bringing gifts for him. Bruce brings cash. Diana brings some kind of flower. I mean, come on. He's Bruce Wayne. And when they get there, Mongol has like taken over Superman's mind with a plant that he keeps in his terrarium. Mm-hmm. And one of the visions, like Superman's whole thing is like he's on Krypton and his family's all cool and shit, and he has to go through like losing his son when the thing gets detached from him and he comes back to reality.
Right.
And he's saying to Mongol, like, do you have any idea what you've taken from me? Because I had a real child, and I had to like tell that child goodbye.
It was all fake. Yeah, but to him, he lived it. And you could have
Wanda go through that, right? It's real for her too.
Yeah,
and all the people. I think that there are people in there that she's like messing with for sure.
Yeah, that's still the big question for me. I'm not really sold either way. Is this entire thing in her brain, and she's just trying to keep a hold on it, or is it she's taken over some town and kind of brainwashed everybody? Because some of those moments where people kind of break the mold, like the blonde lady that was like the head of the bitches, she was like, I don't believe you.
But that's right when the radio starts playing.
Right. And the dinner party thing was very weird. And so she's trying to like keep a hold on this situation. And so I wonder if those weird breaks where things aren't going quite according to plan, if that's just kind of like the people that she took over in this town trying to like their own free will taking over kind of thing. But I'm still not sold either way. Like, because Vision's dead.
Right.
And she just made a new Vision that's like a sitcom-y happy Vision.
Because she grew up in Sokovia.
Yeah.
So, and then she was an Avenger.
She's never been a real person. So this is like her approximation of what just a regular life would be like. She was, like in Sokovia. We don't really know a lot about it, but it seemed like they were very poor. And there was like weapons testing or whatever for Stark weapons around there. I don't remember exactly how.
I don't know.
The thing with
she
the
tells
weapons,
that story. She's
right.
Stark missile landed.
Right.
And we saw
Stark Industries. And now we hate Tony Stark.
Right.
Yeah.
Fuck him. This is how shit's supposed to be.
So like
you didn't see that coming.
Yeah. So she did that. And then she becomes an Avenger, which is like one of the most abnormal things you could possibly do. So
I'm a guy with a bow and arrow. There's robots flying around.
None of this makes sense. No.
Yeah.
So so it's interesting. So like that and Paul Bettany is playing not the Vision that we know. He's playing some sort of like he's playing what Wanda kind of wants the Vision to be like in this perfect reality. He's not playing regular Vision. And that's it's fascinating. Paul Bettany like carries this whole thing. He's killing it.
Again,
he's
the magic show, dude. All that.
The magic show is incredible.
Von Strucker, The Watch.
Yeah.
Remind me who Von Strucker is, because I know this name.
Yeah, Baron Von Strucker. He's the dude in this reality, the MCU version of things. He's the one that experimented on the twins and essentially gave them powers. Maybe he untapped what was already inside of them, kind of thing. But he was the one keeping them in cages and experimenting on them. That's Baron von Strucker. So that was like a cool little Easter egg, flashing back to her past and everything. I never thought about the commercials. So I'm watching the show, and I'm like loving it. I Love Lucy kind of style. Like, me and my mom used to watch a lot of I Love Lucy, so I was like, this is like totally makes sense. And then they put in a fucking toaster commercial, and I'm like, dude, this is brilliant, right? Like, the commercials from that time were like they were so cheesy. They were just so different, so happy. Look at our new toaster.
And they used them still, because there's a little bit of red in that one commercial, and they do the thing with Von Strucker.
Right. But like, watch. I never thought I would gasp at a red light on a fucking toaster.
Well, they constantly do that. If you told me in 2008 that at some point the Infinity Stones would be gathered for the second time, and that Tony Stark made an Infinity Gauntlet by himself, and that all of them were there, and that fucking like Captain America's holding Mjolnir, and he throws Mjolnir, and Spider-Man gets a hold of the fucking gauntlet, and then he whips up to Mjolnir, and he goes flying through the sky, and then the Valkyrie gets it, like all that shit. Come on, man. What the fuck are you talking about?
If I walked out of Amazing Spider-Man 1 or some shit, and they were like, dude, guess what?
Andrew Garfield.
Yeah. And they're like, dude, guess what? In a few years, Spider-Man is gonna swing off a Mjolnir and land on Valkyrie's Pegasus. I've been like,
in the sky.
You fucking what? No.
I know. It's all ridiculous.
I know. They totally deliver. But
but they do good with the red. I mean, I guess she's Scarlet Witch, so they're playing like Scarlet. But that helicopter
Big Red
had
gum
red
is what
on it.
fucked him
Big
up.
red gum.
Big Red.
I was focused more on Big Red gum and less that he got gummed up.
Yeah.
Someone like explained this, like he got gummed up. I was like, oh shit, you're right. I didn't even think about that. He totally got gummed up. But yeah, they were doing the red. Have you ever seen Pleasantville? Pleasantville's a Tobey Maguire movie. With Reese Witherspoon.
Hell yeah.
She's there with her spoon, without her spoon. And all the colors change as the movie goes on, because they get sucked into this TV show that he like totally loves, and she just knows because she's his sister and isn't around or whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, they kind of had a Pleasantville vibe, how the colors would come in one at a time. And they did red in that one first. It was like someone's lips or something, or like a rose or something like that. I remember that. Red.
Yeah, and like, it's the red light was interesting because it made me go, oh, what? Okay, here we go. Things start getting kind of weird, kind of dark. And then, in the next episode, it's the helicopter with the sword logo on it. And, it's like kind of, I guess it's her just not being able to hang on to this universe she created very well. Things are slipping through the cracks kind of thing? Or?
Is there any color on the radio?
I don't think so. I feel like it's literally only those two things. Those are the only things that I can, they stick out. Because everything's in black and white. So, like, those two things really stick out.
Yeah, they do, and the music, they do the music on purpose, like they do with Guardians, right? So there's a Beach Boys song playing, and some of the lyrics in that song struck me a little bit. They go, she was gonna be my wife, and I was gonna be her man, but she let another guy come between us, and it shattered our plans. And that's very, like, Thanos comes in, shatters his head. Same with her first line, my husband with the indestructible.
It's not entirely indestructible, is it?
Right. And that, goes into how dark this thing is. Like, No More Mutants we talked about. Right. She was just like, no.
Yeah, when the beekeeper guy comes out of the sewer, she knows something bad is about to happen, and she just says no. And it just fixes everything. It just rewinds everything back.
Yeah. The AIM beekeeper dudes, the hexagons and stuff.
Yeah.
Because they have her hexagons when they're, like, closing out.
And actually, Baby Jamie told me telepathically, because he never talks, that he pointed out that it was a very cinematic shot when they leave their house. Everything's like
it's a wide shot.
Everything's sitcom-y and regular, and then when they leave their house, the camera kind of like swoops around, and everything becomes a bit more as you would expect from a modern TV show.
Right.
And that's very interesting. It's kind of like their world changes a little bit with the beekeeper guy. And who is this fucking beekeeper guy? Why is he associated with SWORD? SWORD is basically a bunch of space cops. What are they doing here? What does this have to do with anything?
The sister of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yes. There's S.H.I.E.L.D.
Strategic
and there's
Homeland Intervention Enforcement Logistics Division. I gotta remember. It'll come up in trivia. That's total trivia.
Me and Max were one question away from winning it all in trivia one time.
Yep. But
what's the number?
These
What's the
rules
number?
were botched because certain rounds had double points and you pick it randomly. 1 in 14,605,000. My favorite one though is what job does Scott Lang get fired from?
Dairy Queen. No, Baskin Robbins. They never forget. Baskin Robbins never forgets.
Is that it, or they always find out? Baskin Robbins always finds out. That's what it is, because he's got a criminal record.
Oh man, that was fun though. There were some good ones on there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
So there's like one-liners. I don't know if you noticed these, but there's one that says, "You're awfully dense, aren't you, Vision?" Because he changes his density. His boss says it, and his boss also says, "Look around. There's all this chaos going on in your household." And like they refer to her magic as chaos magic.
Yeah.
So they like throw these little like one-liners in there, and they do a good job with mixing that I Love Lucy kind of comedy with like the bewitched. You're aware she's a witch. Like you're aware that these things are going on, and it's like totally like completely normal. The devil's in the details too.
Right.
She says someone says the devil's in the details, and then that girl, the we keep calling her the stepbrothers girl.
Yeah.
Agnes.
Agnes.
The
nosy
like,
neighbor is what I always call her. That's not the only
place. Yeah, and it's that trope, right? The nosy neighbor trope. Which I guess is cool if you're doing a period piece. I mean, in Wonder Woman, they made the villain the nerdy villain.
Yeah.
Your typical. Devin and I just watched Wonder Woman. We're gonna do that in a couple weeks. We're like salty about it. You'll hear.
Spoiler alert! I hated it.
Me too. We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it.
I'd be on that Wonder Woman. I know it.
But man, what else is there to talk about WandaVision and the beautiful thing that it is?
Well, she says no. The beekeeper comes
no.
and she says no, like really calm. They were like, listen, your sister's acting.
And then,
you're the most famous Olsen sister. This is the gravity of what's happening here.
They like
congratulations.
It can't be coincidence that the whole beekeeper thing happens. She rewinds time, and then I felt like she was kind of like escaping when she did she's pregnant now. She wipes everything and makes it colorful now. We're moving forward in time to the 70s to like a Brady Bunch parody. I'm sure that's what they're gonna do.
Right.
And like
they have enough people to look all in the boxes and shit.
Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, they're totally gonna do that, aren't they? They totally.
I hope so.
But yeah, but like it felt like she was like escaping. Like the beekeeper thing happened. She knows that it's dangerous for whatever. We don't know who the fuck that is, but it was obviously threatening to them. And then she kind of did like the time jump or whatever to escape. It seemed like.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's another place. No, but it's the same people. They're in the same location.
Yeah. But I mean, but in some sort of reality altering, whatever the fuck way, maybe whoever's coming after them won't be able to find them as easily if she changes time. I don't know. We still know essentially as much as we knew before the show even came out.
Right.
It's still just a bunch of questions, but it's been a great little journey.
The credits give it away. They do. The music is like they're sending a clear message of like, do not forget this is in the MCU. This guy is dead. Things are not okay.
Yeah, they're is serious.
So not okay. Yeah.
They're like
it does take place now.
Everything's nice.
Yeah.
Dude, we've been singing that shit for like 4 days straight.
It's very catchy.
It's amazing.
It's from some famous jazz guy. I can't remember.
But but yeah, they do that. They do the nice like Wanda and Vision's TV show credits, and then they always come in with the the ominous like this is.
I like that Vision has one name.
It starts out so nice,
like
and
McLovin.
it's gonna get so dark.
They're just like, yeah, you can just be Vision. Everyone's cool with just calling you Vision. Like McLovin.
Yeah, it's not weird at all. Yeah, it's not weird at all. Your name's Vision. You're a regular human man named Vision.
A human one and tall. I assure you I'm married to a man.
What does he say? He's like
a human one.
He's like I'm not a machine. I'm a carbon-based life form made out of organic matter, just like you.
It's like, man, you're doing great with these
That made me laugh really hard. I didn't expect to like wholeheartedly gut laugh at this show as much.
So I want to talk about Paul Bettany's magic show.
The magic
Vision's
show
magic
is the best thing ever.
Every second of it, because he's so careful with every single thing that happens in
brilliant.
it. Right when he walks out, he says like, "Hello, Westview" or something. Like in this,
Hello, Westview.
He does another character. from A Knight's Tale. Geoffrey Chaucer, man, and he does that guy. I'm glad he gets to do his acting chops, because like when he says flourish and flies, you can see his face, and he's like, oh my hell yeah,
yeah, I can fly, bitch.
Flying. Like he feels like a rock star, and he's like condescending and shit. He's like, oh, because humans are so easily tricked. Yeah, you guys are so stupid.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do these tricks, and they're gonna blow your freaking mind. You don't even know what's going on.
It was so funny for them to be like, all right, so you're a robot that's essentially short-circuiting because you accidentally ate food, right?
You got gummed up.
And so instead of being something robotic where you're like, beep boop, cannot compute, we're like, just be drunk. Just play it like you're drunk as
It was great to see Vision really trashed. He's so far away from that Vision that we know already.
Right. It was so funny. I mean, I'm sure I've said it plenty of times, but it's so true. Paul Bettany is like, he's just acting his ass off, dude. He's like, it's so much more than I expected.
Yeah, I like when he calls him Sherby. The dude's like, my name's Herb. It's Herbert. And he's like, all right, Sherby.
Sherby.
And you can look at the bottom. That card is down there. And he's like, is this your card? Is this your card? Like, even that, no one's asking for explanations, really. So I don't know if Wanda had to necessarily explain everything with her magic, because she shows him a bunch of mirrors.
Yeah, the fact that he went like super duper fast and like nobody
and they showed the
anything.
mirrors, and they're like, oh, that's how he pulled the hat out of himself. Like, no.
Yeah. It's
like way out. I'll lift the piano. That's gonna be great.
Maybe it's almost like Wanda's making things a little easier on herself to kind of like
she's
like
gotta keep
this whole fragile thing to make everyone kind of believe that everything is real. So maybe
then why
like the
is he
easiest
that outlier that's like pushing things to break.
Like, why is Vision making things harder for her?
He for real is not real. He's like legit not real.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. If she's creating Vision and she's like controlling Vision or whatever.
Is there anything in House of M where she brings someone back to life?
I don't think so, no.
I know someone told me once that Vision's colors when they rip that stone out of his head is like his colors from the comics.
Yeah.
Like all colorless.
He was just like straight white for like a while.
So I hope he's not that robotic though. I liked Magnet of Crystores. Like the look on his face was so confident. He was like, Magnet of Crystores, and then
Magnet of
Crystores. But they have that hexagon on that thing, just like the beekeeper stuff.
Yeah.
And they said, "What's in the box?" Like that's definitely a thing. Like what's
the children.
For the children, and they underline children.
For the children.
Yeah.
And it's in quotes and all that stuff.
Good.
For the children.
If you've ever seen Hot Fuzz, it's amazing.
Yeah.
They're good. Every single line. Even they make a joke about a kid in a dictionary, Aaron Aronson, and then you meet that kid later. Every single line in the movie. Anyway. Promoting a movie from a long time ago.
Okay.
Who stole my hat? I like that one.
Who stole my hat?
He was going to take the bunny out of that. He's like, who stole my hat?
I'm going to take a bunny. I'm going to pull it out of the bunny or whatever.
I was just playing with his shoes.
And Wanda's like, I'm going to take the bunny off stage. You're going to end up killing this fucking bunny with your drunkenness. Like,
beautiful.
Yeah, it was brilliant. I'm very, I'm really looking forward to where we go from here.
Yes.
Like I said, this is kind of what we kind of saw from the trailers, so it's just like fleshing out what we were kind of preparing ourselves for.
Yeah, they did show some color. There's a Halloween episode where she's like, she's like legit, dressed up like Scarlet Witch, and he's wearing a costume.
You know, she's like, "Am I dead?" You know.
Oh right.
Why would you say that? Because
you're dead, right? Yeah. So we'll see where they go, man.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. I feel like it's gonna be like a steep slope. Like it's gonna start off real nice here, and then it's just like whoosh, it gets really dark.
I think that's the thing though. Her powers are like amplifying so fast that we the audience can't keep up with the curve just like her. So we will see where things go.
Yeah.
But that's all for this one. Our next episode. Episode 5 is titled Episode 5. I'm going to have Abe here and Devin. We're going to be talking about Star Wars Episode 5 in our cantina. And then our next one after that is Wonder Woman. Going to have these two back on. And I don't think we're going to be very nice to Diane.
Nah. I loved the first movie. Max wasn't the biggest fan. Because he's the true DC fan. I'm like a surface DC fan.
Wonder Woman story
So I love the first movie. Second movie, huge letdown. We'll get into it.
All right. Anyway. Thank you for watching, listening. Hope you appreciated, enjoyed, and until our paths cross.
Wandavision.